A bedraggled raven that is long past its prime. Raven that is long past its prime. A bedraggled raven that is long past its prime sighs deeply and lifts off from a dead branch of a dead tree. As it laboriously climbs, its wings make a sound like shredded plastic. The camera follows it, and as we slowly rise, the curve of the disc becomes apparent below us. And to think some people still think it's a ball. In the distance, we can see a slowly roiling, city-sized blob of smog, steam, and unhealthy gaseous emissions. Under there somewhere lies Ankh Morpork, the greatest city this side of itself on all of the disc. There's a blur, an impact, a squawk, a few falling feathers, and a hint of scales and leathery wings. The raven has been struck and killed by a dragon only slightly larger than itself. The camera turns away and moves towards the city, which is good because that's where we're going. It is said that the disc has a story it wants to tell, and that left alone it will spin on much as it has always done. It is also said that the inhabitants of the disc want to change that story to one more of their own liking. It is also said that this almost never goes well, and this is one of those stories. We're still not done. This didn't work at all. Shut up. Keep going. Okay. Cortex Preceptor is all biz. He's just not very good at it. But this time it's different. This time a tiny dream dragon told him where to find a crypto chest. Cortex doesn't quite get what that is. When the dragon explained it, something about how cats are like money, and if you weren't watching them, they could be both stolen and not stolen at the same time. Either way, he stole the box. It was right where the dream dragon said it would be. But now it won't shut up. It is demanding green gummy bears and saying things like, the theory of quantum mining is quite simple. Your money is either in your pocket or it's in my pocket. Until you look, then it's in my pocket. We're going to leave Cortex, and any semblance of that being a smooth cold open, behind us. Because my name is Kevin, this is Dirty 20 Gaming, and these amazing people have agreed to join me tonight to play this game. And I am looking forward to like you can hardly believe, because I have all the Chaos Gremlins. Many of them. Let's start just because we're going to do it in the order that's on the screen in front of me. Let's start with Ruth. Tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your character tonight, please.
It has unfortunately happened again. Just give me one moment here.
I am spectacularly good at one thing, which is finding people that aren't prepared.
Did you want us to be on the actual overlay, or did you want it to still be?
I still have the thing up. Look at me go.
Yeah.
Look how smoothly that went. Smoothly.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh.
Oh, I'm not.
Let's
Hang on.
go. Yep. It all makes perfect sense. It's Monday. It's a fun shot.
Let's go.
Please.
Nope. Elfie? Tell us a little bit about Elfie when you get a second.
They're trying to get their
technical
camera.
Difficulties. That's not good.
They're trying to get their face on the overlay.
What? Wait a minute. I can fix. Tell me to. Okay. Well, I think can we at least hear you? Yeah. Talk over me fixing this, please.
Dirty 20 Gaming. We're professionals.
Oh, people are gonna say I did it on purpose. That's the worst part. People are gonna say that I did this on purpose. No, it's just because I didn't. Yeah.
No, back to the shoulder. Okay, so we have a Discord. If this is your kind of chaos,
I'm fixing it.
Like,
I'm fixing
this is fantastic. If this is your kind of chaos, join us in our Discord. We also have a YouTube channel. So, like, if you want to watch previous versions of this chaos, please join us.
There. I don't even know how that happened, but it's fixed.
It's like, why am I in a corner?
2 minutes to total party weight. They might not even get started at this point.
That long.
All right.
Ruth, who are you?
There, now you're back in your box. Who are you?
Whose box?
Let's start with Ruth. I insist. Repeatedly.
Hi, I'm Ruth.
Hello.
I'm here today as Elfie. That's gonna be super fun and cool. I'm glad you're here. Oh, stop laughing. It was because I kept seeing it and I was gonna laugh.
Just do
But it made me
that.
laugh.
Just cover it with your hand.
Okay, hi, I can do this.
I know you can. That's why I picked you to go first.
Hi, I'm here today as Elfie. I am here on Tuesdays as Exit, Thursdays as Nora, and Sundays as Runa. All super fun and super cool characters. Watch those games, please. I can sometimes be found in the Discord. Most other times I am allergic to social media, so that's fun and cool. Are we doing hot potato?
I want you to tell me a little bit about Elfie before we let you go.
Oh no.
Oh,
This is why
yes.
I didn't want to go first. I didn't know the format in which other people were doing it.
And then I'm going to pick who goes next because I want to get the one that seems the least prepared. So watch the rest and pay attention.
I
Will you
was
tell
also
us-
going to do that.
Tell us about Elfie. You're not getting away with this.
She's an elf,
Yes.
which is super fun and super cool, but she's not like other elves. I don't know how much you want me to say.
That might even be enough. I will fill in the blanks slightly. In Ankh Morpork, elves are evil predators from another plane that come here mostly to feed. But as you said, you are in capital letters and it's in writing, so it must be true. Not like other elves. And that's
Correct.
plenty. That's all we need to know for a start. Next, Fox. Tell us about yourself a little bit, and then tell us about Fairy Not an Elf.
Hi everyone, I'm Fox, aka Rock Paper Fox on most socials. I am an illustrator, designer, and live streamer. Usually on Mondays, but I'm here. But I'm also on Fridays as well, and Thursdays playing Artie the Anxiously Artistic with a bunch of some of the fine folks here. But
A bunch of some of them.
oh, I should not have looked at chat. I should not be looking
No.
at chat.
The comedy shows are permission for chat to be very, very naughty. So,
And tonight I am playing Fady, a fairy that got in trouble for arson, and I am not going to continue to elaborate.
nope.
So
Except that
Like we're already-
there is a small dragon on your shoulder. And,
yes, Nugget.
yes, for anybody that doesn't know, and Morpork dragons are small. They would be a perfectly nice sort of neck accoutrement. The problem with that is that they have a tendency to explode if they get excited or incontinent.
And Nugget is old.
Yes, and when they explode, they make craters and cover you in things. So, next, I'm not going for too prepared. Bat
Hi, folks. It's me. I'm a menace, and my name is Bat Kyle.
Yes.
You can find me here today for this awesome one shot that I've been waiting for my entire life and didn't realize it until this point. You can also find me on Sundays playing Len, the ass of Asura, Costin. Fantastic ass, and he sometimes turns into a bear. One time a couple times into a cat and peed on some people, but we're not going to talk about that right now. I will be playing Tom Joe, or depending on who wins the coin toss, Joe Tom Halfwise, a twin who is one person due to an industrial accident that they may or may not feel up to talking about. It depends on how many drinks they've had.
Which one gets drunk faster?
Unfortunately, Tom.
Okay, now I know. Thank you. Next, let's go to I'm looking forward to this one. Sarah.
Hey y'all. My name's Sarah. I also go by Sans on the Discord. I am here going to be 4 nights a week pretty soon.
Yep.
Tuesday, I am here in the Cyberpunk Carnage Heights game as Magic Broken Heart of the team, literally Silverlock.
Mhm.
Thursday, I'm the DM for the City Mist campaign, Deviant Paradox. On Sunday, I play Rose and Nyx. Our I don't know how much longer. On a 7C Shadowfell Watch term. And other than that, I'm working with the Start Adventurer on stuff and things that'll come out eventually.
Yes, many things. And tonight you are playing.
Tonight, I am bringing back probably one of my favorite characters of all time, Idicus, the dumpster diving goblin robot. I think that's
Yes.
the best I can explain him.
Yep. The chaosiest of goblins. I'm just going to deny that, and then hopefully somebody can kill it. Anyway, thank you. Next, because you did that, and because I think you're the last one, Blaze O Gloriosa, as you are going by in the chats.
I just tipped my dice tray everywhere, so now I have dice all over the place.
Oh
So
my
I was
goodness.
like, I can't go down there to pick them up because Kevin's about to call me.
Well, tell us real quick then. Who are you,
Yes.
and what do you do? And then you can go last in the next bit.
I'm Glory, Blaze of Gloriosa, but I go by Glory. Let's be real. If Rosa dies, can Honorine have her stuff?
Oh, absolutely.
Just the journal.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, that
Yes.
goes to Honorine.
I was gonna say what stuff? Like her clothes and her boyfriend?
No, thank you. But the journal I'll take.
Okay.
But I'm here on Sundays, in case you didn't figure that out. I'm here behind the camera on other days. Tonight I'm here as Constable Miss Bigot and Ampersand, who is a gargoyle, who has been very, very careful to watch the river for any signs of illegal activity on the part of the river.
That is superb information, especially because one of the key features of the city is a bridge that is called the Misbegot Bridge, and it is essential to tonight's story. And it was before I knew you were playing this character, which is cool. This is one of the pre-generated characters that comes with the Quick Start guide. Look at me segue. And this is the Terry Pratchett's Discworld Adventures in Ankh Morpork RPG that is currently in the Quick Start Guide phase. They have a very successful fundraising campaign, but it is, and I want to note this very specifically, not the old GURPS version that is awful. That is my personal opinion, and I stand by it. But this is the new one by a company called Modifius Entertainment. They've been around for a while. They're over in the greatest of Britons, the Englandy bit. And they have put together what I'm about to tell you is a spectacularly interesting game. I don't usually talk about the mechanics before we start, but I'm gonna this time because they're super simple. They've made their characters. We don't need to talk about that. You declare your action. So what do I want to do? I want to do this. How do you do that? They have a list of traits that they have made their characters up. There's no numbers. It's just a list of traits. They're going to tell me which one of those traits they think they can use, and they can justify it in any ridiculous way that they like. And then I give them a die that they roll, either a d4, a d6, a d10, or a d12. They roll that against me. I roll the narrativium die, the die of narrativity. It is a d8 and always a d8 in tonight's game. Unless you do something silly, and that could possibly go up, but I'm not expecting that. But that's not where it stops, because if you fail, one of the other people in the scene can help you. However, it costs one of their luck. Each of you starts with 2, and it ups the consequences 1 level. So if there were going to be minor consequences and somebody decides to help, if you both fail, this now It just got worse. But the good part is you can see them fail first before you decide whether you want to help. To help, you spend 1 luck and you roll. You tell me the trait. You know the target number because I already rolled it. And if you succeed, then you succeed. And you resolve it. We talked about consequences. There's 4 layers of them. I have to tell you what the consequence is when I give you your die to roll. And you can reduce them by 1 by burning a luck. So like I said, you're going to start tonight with 2 luck. So you can either reduce consequences twice, or you can help once, or either or. And if you, I'm not going to say if you make me laugh because I'm going to laugh all night, but if it's impressive, you will earn luck points as we go along. Be silly, make puns, do things that break the entire cast. You will be much rewarded. So, with that, let us begin. And where do you begin? You begin in Chapter 1. Chapter 1, in which our less than intrepid heroes are threatened into taking on a worrisome task. Turn off the overlay. Thank you. Each of you has found a letter addressed to you in a place it has no place being. In a locked safe, under your pillow that you were just sleeping on, in a drawer with your delicate undergarments.
In the toilet.
In the toilet. It says it's from the guard, but the paper is way too nice. The language is too flowery, and they spelled your name right, so there's no way it's them. What is clear is that someone important has gone to a lot of effort to let you know that they know where you live, and that they could have you killed at any time, so it's probably a good idea to go for the offered drinks and discussion that is on the paper. Just before it self-immolates and burns up in your hands, you read something all about free rat chips, all that you can eat. It says the meeting is at the Lamp and Needles, famous loungy bar for people that want to be quiet and behave themselves, which is a rare thing in Ankh Morpork, but there it is. It opens as soon as the sun gets all the way down to the street, but it's a very tall building with the dragon sanctuary right across the street from it with very tall walls, so that's about noon, which is about an hour from now. So, I would like each of you to roll a d12, and I want the person who thinks they got the highest number to tell me what that number is. Yes, you are muted. Person
11.
11? Okay, that's yep, okay.
8.
Hang on a second. That's TJ. Who said 8?
Me.
Fairy? Okay. 8. Okay. Iticus?
8 or 11, sorry.
11 also? Okay. TJ and Iticus. All right. Anybody next after 8 or between 8 and let's Elfie, what did you roll?
6.
6, okay. All right. And 5? M&A? Yeah, okay.
Sure.
That's your rap name. M&A. All right, so that is how far it is you are from that place times 5 minutes. So let's start with Tom Joe. You got an hour to get there. It's going to take you 55 minutes to get from where you are to there, roughly speaking. Where are you, and what does this trip look like?
I am on the edge of the shades, and the trip is going to be quite difficult because we are getting into gridlock, which is where nobody can move because nobody can move. It is a big problem in the city. One of many big problems in the city. If you're not familiar with the Shades, it's a place where being a detective means you might turn around and have none of your clothes, possibly some of your shoes left, if you're lucky. So we are going to have to slide and step and jump and swing. It is like some adventure where I am some sort of person in red overalls, and I have a cap, and my brother is not me as well.
That would have gone a very different way if you'd finished the red underwear statement.
Underwear is red too, but that's unrelated to anything else we're discussing right now. So,
what trait are you going to use to get there alive and well? Oh, thank you, Rusty Rogue. It's been a while, and wow, that's a big number. Thank you.
Would that be a niche or a quirk?
They're
Or possibly
they're
both?
all traits. So anything
Okay.
on your page.
We mean multitasking because we are two people who are one person, and this
Yes.
is very confusing to everyone, especially our mother.
Yes.
We can pay attention to multiple things at the
Okay.
same time in a way most people can't. They find it very odd when I look at them with one eye and the other eye goes looking at somebody else, and then they switch. But Tom and Joe
Yes.
are both very curious people,
Oh,
and
yes.
I am them.
So you're basically you're counting on your innate sort of ability to freeze people in their tracks by your oddity to get through. I love it. That's a D10 for sure. So you roll a D10, I roll a D8. It would only be inconsequential results here. So,
10.
oh, that's cool because I got a 1. You ace this, so you get there considerably early. So you're going to get there like 15 minutes before the sun is in the roof. I'm doing this literally. We're going to figure out who gets there first.
Okay.
The other person that was a long ways away, as you turn the corner and like you're looking again, there's the dragon sanctuary here, and on the other wall is the lamp and needles, which leans out over the street for historic reasons that no one can really remember. But it's dark, and they're the only two businesses on this street because dragons blow up, and that's the dragon sanctuary.
Yes. Dragons do blow up, and they also dribble things that do not smell like a field of clover.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the south end of a northbound dragon with indigestion. Idicus, you are also a long ways away in the city. Possibly. Oh, you tell me. What am I? I don't have to think. I just have to ask you questions. That's my job. What is Idicus doing? And who reads you the letter? That's the real question, because Idicus can't read.
No, he can't.
So who reads Idicus their letter?
So Idicus is 100% hanging out at the dump.
Yep.
And has been collecting shinies at the dump.
Oh, yep.
And he
like
just finds
like a bird of paradise's stage set up in one corner of the dump now. Just all the shinies.
He will find a homeless person who can read.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Whoever's the nicest one to just reads it to him, and then he goes, "Oh, okay, thank you," and he'll run off.
Yep.
And he's just gonna do what he always does. He's sneaky. He's gonna sneak all the way there in the shadows.
Oh yeah, you are the sneakiest of the sneaks. That's a D12 for sure. And again, inconsequential results. That's not a big deal.
Okay, 9.
Yeah, 9. Yeah, I rolled a 4. Nobody sees Idicus. I mean, this city's like every city ever, right? It's just dark, 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 shadow, shadow, shadow. You snuck away from druids in the dark when you stole their stick. This is nothing, right? So you get there you beat me by 5. Yeah, you're going to get there 20 minutes early. Next, you're only 20 minutes away. Ferry. You've got an hour. It only takes you 20 minutes to get there. What are you doing when you get the letter? Where does it show up?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get breakfast. Nugget, what is in your mouth? No.
Yep. What type of dragon is Nugget?
Nugget is green. I'm
Okay.
using this because it doesn't look like him, but
Yeah.
Nugget is very green, and he's a big gummy. He's very old, which is not normal for
Yep.
most dragons, but he is very adorable and very cute, and he is my little buddy. He's the oldest
Okay.
one of the sanctuary. But yeah. Dad? Well, that's across the way from work. Well, okay, I guess we gotta go. Come on, buddy. And just
Yep. Okay. So he's like, you're basically just across the street. So
I fly.
You fly? Yeah. Yeah, sure. That makes sense. So 20. So you get there right around the same time. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. I'm building this and then we're going to do the entry scene. Next, Elfie. You are, before we do that, you're in Ankh Morpork. You are an elf. You are sort of being here for various reasons of your own. And then suddenly this letter shows up. Where are you? Where did you find a letter?
Um, she's probably like just getting started with her day. And she's definitely like going to the washroom to like wash her face and do whatever you need to do in the morning.
Yeah,
And it's like between the lid of the toilet and the seat.
yeah. Okay, wow, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, that's par for for who left this for you. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, normally you're only half an hour away from, or sorry, you've got an hour and you're only 30 minutes away
Okay.
max.
She's gonna spend the first half an hour just like getting ready for the day,
Yeah.
and then she's going to teleport short distances her way there. Yeah. Just like
like a strobe,
like in a zigzag.
like a strobe light. Yep. Okay. So you're. I mean, it's an innate trait, so that's got to be a D12. Okay.
7.
7. I also rolled a 7. So you, at one point, you almost teleport yourself into a barrel. You didn't know it was there, but you managed to kind of twist your hips at the end and not and look cool like a cat and keep going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But you do manage to get there. We're gonna do, yeah, with about 15 minutes to spare because you kind of you threw yourself a little bit and kind of had to wait a minute because it was close. Which brings us to the person who started off closest, which makes perfect sense. At the end of the bridge, watching for criminalities, misbegotten ampersands.
They
How did they deliver the message to you? How do you bring a gargoyle a letter?
they had kind of an itch under their helmet,
Okay.
and like when they went to kind of scratch it carefully,
Yeah.
there's there was a letter there.
Ooh, yes.
That's my assumption anyway.
Yep. That absolutely works.
And they look at the letter for a minute,
Yep.
trying to decide if they can read or not,
Yep.
because they are a gargoyle,
Yep.
and they decide that today they can read.
Yes.
So they have decided that they can read, and they look at the letter.
You are a police today, so yes.
Yes. Yes. They kind of like look at their bridge
Yep.
and their river,
Yep.
and I mean it must be important if they're being asked to give up their watch.
Yep.
So they whistle to I mean the rat chips aren't really an enticement, but like maybe there'll be pigeons there eating the rat chips, and then
Yep.
anyway, so they kind of let out a little whistle,
Yep.
and like I'm using the trait, like, or the quirk, I guess, beloved by animals despite their best efforts.
Yep. Yep.
And so what I'm thinking is that they're going to be like, there's been like some sort of corvid that's been bugging the shit out of them all
Yep.
morning.
Yep.
And they're going to basically like kind of step over the edge onto the corvid and like nudge it in the direction of the place.
You're gonna ride a crow to the yep. I
Or
love
a
it.
magpie. Why
Or a
not?
magpie. Well,
Or whatever.
You said magpie, so now it's a magpie. So yeah, it's been pissing you off all day. You waited till it fly by and you jumped on its back, and now you're
Yeah.
riding it. You're steering it by
Yeah.
the shoulder blades. Excellent. Give me a D12.
Pulling on a pinion every time they go the wrong way.
Yep. Yep. Ooh.
What am I rolling?
A D12, because this is you're very, 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 very good at this. Plus, it's really early in the game.
7.
At the last hurdle, somebody finally fell, and in this case, literally fell. But
Oh no!
so yeah, you fly the corvid. You're pulling its wings. it gets you to move one way and then barrel rolls on you, and you start to fall away. Now you have wings. You
Do
are
a
a gargoyle. Well,
barrel.
you have a gargoyle. Yes, it says so in the picture of you.
It says so
S-
in the picture, but
yeah.
like also like I figure
You're-
hopefully people aren't looking at the gargoyle coming by on the Corvid because they don't like to be looked at.
Thank you. Thank you. It dumps
You're
you.
welcome.
You spread your wings, and it's like, damn it, I gotta fly. And then somebody looks up, and you freeze in that form, and you just glider down the road, and kind of just before you get to the ground, you fall out of everybody's sight line, and just at the last second, you turn back into your little gargoyle self, and boom, 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 just in time to land.
It's the most graceful of landings, and
It
no
is,
one can
of
say
course.
different.
Yep, fair enough. And it was all close enough that you guys arrive essentially at the end of this in two groups, starting with Idicus and Fairy. The two of you are approaching the doors from opposite ends of the street. For various reasons, people are giving you a very wide berth. You, because you have an exploding dragon on you and look like you work probably at the Dragon Center, which makes you a threat. And you, because somebody has muttered the word, I think that's Idicus. And so everybody's just sort of watching. And you sort of come towards the door. Who gets there first? Oh, even no, before you even get there. Fairy?
I think I probably accidentally hit a wall on the way in. There was something flying. It was cawing at me. I don't know what it was, but it was very weird. Okay.
And here stands this little goblin holding up that, pointing at you, and Fred. Yeah.
Oh, hello. Fred? Is that name Fred? I have a nugget, and just kind of pulls it up. But he's a little bit anxious, so we're just gonna put him right back here. Are you okay, buddy? And who probably just looks
He
at me
bubbles
very
threateningly. Yeah, and it just
no. I'm gonna say this just because it's gonna be really funny. Fuck, this is how it's gonna go. Nugget, as I'm looking at you,
Yeah.
goes to try to bite Fred.
Oh dear. Okay. So
Just like-
Idicus, yeah, you pull back. At that moment, the door opens between you. So there's a gap between you, and that's where the door into the bar opens. The famous Rufus comes out. So he looks about as British as you can get, and about as old as you can get. And right behind him and hovering over his shoulder, almost like they're connected, they're not, but it's creepy how well they fit together, is Marla, his wife and partner. The two of them are muttering as they open the door, and Rufus says, "We're not open yet, piss off!" And he goes to close the door, and behind him, Marla says, "Did you say pigeons?" Clunk, the door closes in front of you.
Not Fred. Well, for the love of mint chocolate chip, they were supposed to. I was told to come here. Why is this closed? It's very rude.
Idicus, sorry, yeah, no, sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say, Idicus, did you Fred the door?
Hmm?
I thought I heard a Fred.
It's
as the door opens.
Fred?
Immediate, yeah. Okay. So exactly what I said happens, and then a couple seconds later, while you're standing there, the door opens again, and Marla looks down at you and says, "You've got lovely diction, dear. Come in." She understood you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And she looks over at you, Fairy, and says, "Oh, we have a very firm no exploding rule."
Oh, he's fine as long as he doesn't get stressed out. And honestly, I made sure that we didn't get time for breakfast, so we don't have to worry about that.
And behind him, Rufus is looking over your shoulder. "You told him about the..." And she says, "Yes, I did. It's about what?" And that they keep going on as they back away into the darkness, leaving the door open.
Okay, I guess we're going. This is absolute. Oh, for the love of Rocky Road. Okay, and
And then you go, okay, Iticus, you going in?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. As you walk inside, the two of them, first she goes like this and does the gesture towards the private room, and then he's halfway across the room, and it's like a wave when it gets to him. He goes like this and gestures the rest of the way across the room, and your eyes are drawn to this very expensive private room in the back. And she says, no partying at all. It's not even bloody lunch.
okay.
And as you get halfway across the room, he looks at the two of you and goes, no partying. And you're kind of like, yeah. You walk in, there's nobody in the room but the two of you. We're going to leave you there for a second. A couple minutes later, from 3 different directions at once, Tom Joe's responsible for 2 of them, but no, he's together. Tom Joe, Elfie, and Misbegot and Ampersands make their entrances. I like to think that, yeah, Elfie and Tom Joe are approaching as before, making it look like another cutscene. But then Misbegot and Ampersands makes their skidding, screeching entrance right in between the two of them, therefore coming to a stop because this is a novel directly in front of the door.
Goodness me, are you all
Freezes.
right?
That
Do not look
they
at them. It makes them very uncomfortable to be looked at. I
Oh.
also make people uncomfortable to be looked at. I am Tom Joe,
And then
Private Tom Joe of the
When
Watch.
he says, it makes him uncomfortable to be looked at, she closes her eyes and goes, "Are you okay?"
Thank you for your concern, citizen.
And because of
Private-
and because of things, when you open your eyes, you look different.
Oh,
Elfie,
so I do.
I like the idea that I'm going to throw this in. You're not always aware when you do it. Normally, it's when somebody else looks away and looks back. But I've just decided that it's also if you blink for a long time intentionally, it also happens.
Oh no.
and
Yeah.
when you open your eyes again, Misbegot and Ampersands, who is and to their friends, by the way.
And
we can
okay.
we can just say and
oh, thank you.
or amp.
And,
Either one.
and, or and. Okay, I like and because yeah.
And was just sort of like had the head straight up, and then when Elfie opens their eyes again, like the head is tilted.
Tom Joe?
Did you
Yeah.
also get the letters?
Yes, it was in my toilet.
Mine was in my underwear while I was wearing them. I did not expect this.
How did it get there?
That is a question that I need to ask because I do not want more unexpected visitors to my underwear.
We'll find you an answer today.
The next time you look at and they're just pointing to their helmet.
The helmet. Interesting. This person is very sneaky. I wonder if we have files on them at the watch.
And at the mention of the watch, as if by magic, first of all, 3 doors, like almost by instinct, the door locks 3 times. Chunk, chunk, chunk. Somebody's mentioned the watch. It's time to lock the doors. And then almost sheepishly, they unlock. Click, click, click. And Marla looks out and sees the uniform and completely ignores the gargoyle and the other person in the hall because oh shit, I forgot where I was going with this. Oh no, they see. Sorry, I remember. They see the uniform. Tom Joe, you are wearing the guard uniform.
Yes.
And it's like a ritual response here. We paid you on Thursday.
You should not have to pay the watch for protection, ma'am. And I am not here in my official capacity as per the letter that was in my underwear.
I don't try to think about your underwear, and as long as you're off duty, and she misses one of the 3 times she tries to tap her nose, then come on in. Tell Rufus that you're a cosplayer.
I have no cause to be playing, ma'am, but I am not in my official capacity.
All
I'm-
right, then just come in and bring your friends.
She's going to explain cosplaying to Tom Joe.
As you walk in, okay.
We do not have this in the Mados.
She's done her research on humans.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that some of the ladies at the place where they take their clothes off for money sometimes wear costumes of things that are not their job. Is that similar?
Sure.
Oh. Huh.
Tom Joe's going to strip naked later.
I mean, that's always a possibility with any character I play at any time. So
I just saw you setting it up, but it's like, oh, that's good. That's and I would like you to give you an opportunity in some way, shape, or form to decide that these people are okay to see moving in front of. Because otherwise, you could have to spend the entire episode moving stroboscopically.
And is in the company of a fellow watch person,
There we go.
which there's safety in numbers.
Yes.
And also, they've been informed that it's okay if another watch person sees them move.
Oh, right. That's beautiful. I don't even need a roll for that. Yeah, you decide now. Especially easier after the person that changed seems to have stopped changing for now. But yes, you feel that you're comfortable enough to now. These people are allowed to see you move.
Yeah.
So the three of you head inside, and Rufus is looking at you. He looks over his shoulder and says to Marla, "Are we even pretending to still be closed? Is this?" And she's like, "Shut up! They paid us good money. And what? You haven't called me honey in years." And you, as the three of you walk across the room and are entered into the room, the five of you now are in there. Idicus, I can see it. This is like you come in the door, right? Yeah.
Friend? Yes.
Hello, little Fred. And he will shake the arm of the doll very gently. It is nice to meet you, Fred.
You see a fairy frozen in place mid thing as a dragon looks and then scurries off of the bookshelf. As Nugget rummaged.
Nugget has rummaged, yes. Okay. And how do you respond to this group of people?
To the doll, they give it a lick. What did you say, Sarah? Oh,
I've only said one word.
So far.
it kept clipping out, so I was like, "What did you say?"
As the last, go ahead.
Did you all also get the letter like we did? Was it in your underwear like mine?
Fred have.
Oh.
That's bold. Out of all of the places it's been found so far. Putting it on a Fred. Oh, on Fred. Okay. At that moment, almost in answer to your question, a secret door opens at the back of the room, and one slick human being walks through. And it is just like Agent of Doom, sort of. Yeah. They ooze power as the character or NPCs have traits too. And the ones I'm going to tell you is oozes power and savvy. And as
Can I see that Idicus is trying to hide and
yes. Yep.
kind of like protect?
Yep. Just sort of step in front. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And she steps forward and doesn't extend a hand. It has come to the attention of certain persons of power and influence that a device that can be used to steal money without the fuss and bother of actually having to dig or explode your way into the predictably heavily defended areas that people like my patrons have used to keep the money that they have earned, inherited, or stolen. The vast vaults, buildings, size safes, and cathedral strong rooms would become useless if this object stays in circulation. People like my patrons rather like their fancy, thick-walled, ornately decorated treasuries and are loath to give them up. That and they don't want the money stolen. For various reasons, we do not trust the guard. No offense intended to the two of you who are members of the guard. And no one trusts any of the official sources, so you lot have been chosen to find the thing and the person or persons who stole it and to bring them to us alive. I presume there are questions?
What authority do you represent that allows you to requisition members of the guard and civilians?
The sort of authority that comes with a palace.
And is just going to point to the badge on their breastplate.
Yep.
That says Ankh Morpork Watch.
Yep. Oh, yes. Yep.
And since they keep saying guard, they're pointing at the watch, I'm not a guard.
I have a watch.
Hey, I watch.
Right? Yes. Oh.
And just kind of
Yep. As you because you are, I remember this one, you are a designated observer. If you would like to roll a d12 versus this person whose narrativium dice I have rolled,
yes.
It could be a very big deal if you figure out who they are, or at least who they're connected to.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 1.
I'm sorry.
No,
I rolled
it's
a 10.
It's a 1. It's all good.
My condolences.
You rolled as high as you can roll. Okay.
No, I mean, it was
almost?
a 12, right?
It's
You
a
had
12,
me roll
right?
a
Yeah,
d12?
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So 10 out of 12.
Not quite a crit,
No,
but close enough.
That's perfect. This person, they mentioned the word, the kind of person, or the sentence, the kind of person that comes to the castle. This person, you've been all over the city. This person smells like the patrician's house. This person who's been pretending to be a cop is working for Veterinary. This is their representative who has come to you with this offer. So for some reason, no surprise, Veterinary wants something that can steal stuff through walls. This is why I love high rolls. Have a big chunk of the plot.
And is going to look up at Tom Joe.
Yep.
And kind of with one claw,
Yep.
and then whisper.
Because it's a novel. Yep.
Sharing that information with Tom Joe.
When or where was this item made?
It's more of a space-time thing. As they settle in the corner with a drink and change their voice slightly. It's a space-time thing. It shouldn't be here at all, like elves.
There are elves?
I've never seen one.
Fairy, not an elf, and Elfie fail to blink. Inicus hides. Misbegot plays
Elfie is-
yeah.
Inicus is behind Elfie.
Yes, yep.
How long has it been since the item was taken and or used?
It was built into the base of Misbegot Bridge. So that long ago. During the current never-ending maintenance work on the bridge, a long locked door was discovered. You know how it goes from there. Work came to a halt while paperwork was created, filled out in quadruplicates, filed incorrectly, then finally correctly, and then getting lost before being acted on. By the time the invoices were written and the work orders completed, someone had broken in and stolen the damned thing.
And
Well.
and manages to look somehow both deadpan and also deeply insulted that somebody put something in their bridge without them knowing.
Yes, yeah.
Deeply offended
Mhm.
and insulted.
Now, you would
Well.
have known about the construction, the constant, never ending construction on your bridge. Tom Joe, I know we've lost one of our players. I'm going to give it a minute to see if they can join back before I start messing with the overlay or get
Okay.
a message to some effect somewheres about what's yeah.
Well, you know what they say. If you court the moose, you invite the thistle.
And the drink was halfway to their mouth, and I want to roll. This is one of your traits, right?
Yes, this is
The
confusing Lamedosian idioms.
yes. Is that a 10 or a 12? Like, how good are you at this? I don't want to just everything's a 12. Let's do it a 10.
10.
Okay,
I was
for
good
this
with
one,
tens.
yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, ooh. And only a minor
10.
inconvenience. A 10. Wow, shit. So they rolled a 7. So they tried to give you the look, but then you see the oops, I did that. You see the confusion hit. Right? It's just and they just turn their back to you because they're not used to fucking like being lacking in suave. But they turn their back to you to finish their drink.
Where do we start our investigation? I assume the palace has some information for us.
And there's another twitch at the mention of palace. They put the drink down ever so carefully. Like if they fuck this up, they're dead. Like they've realized that they're on the line now. And they turn back to you and very slowly say, I wouldn't want to intrude on your professionalism, but perhaps the point of theft would be a place to start. And they reach inside their vest and pull out a flask of something stronger. Like you don't.
And where would that be? That was rather the point I was trying to make. Thank
Ah,
you for your inadvertent or somewhat meant rudeness.
the misbegot bridge. No offense intended. And they turn to misbegotten ampersand as they say that.
Has the location been cordoned off since discovery?
Almost certainly, just as almost certainly they've buggered off during that time. I mean, there's nothing left to defend, is there? But I'm sure you were chosen for a reason. And they have a drink of something extra, and they start to wobble. They are not long for the land of consciousness.
Public intoxication is ill-advised, citizen. You may want to pace yourself.
And offers Tom Joe their handcuffs.
Thank you. Hopefully we will not need them.
Didicus?
If he stays in
Oh,
here,
sorry.
he is not in public, and
Mhm.
therefore we do not have to arrest him.
Thank you for picking
For
that up. I didn't
her.
want him to do it. I saw Edicus thinking, so what would you like to do?
Idicus,
You're in hiding.
yeah, is hiding behind Elfie. So just from back there,
Not trash. Not ours.
And the sober hits, right? It's like, oh shit, there's somebody else in the room. They look around Elfie. Right. No, you're no. I'm not asking you to steal anything. We want you to find the person that stole the thing. We want you to be, and they kind of grin at Edicus. The good people.
Okay.
We want you to stop a thief. That's it. There, that's it.
Well then, do you have any other useful information that you would like to share with us, citizen?
Just the regular sort of the city's dangerous. Oh yes, I remember. If you're caught, we'll deny the whole thing. Yes. Excuse me, I've got to find a door. And they start patting on the wall, looking for the secret door that they came in.
Can I notice it and point them that way?
Yes, you can. You don't need to roll it. You are observant. You saw it, so you just. Have you spoken yet?
Only in a whisper to Tom Joe.
Right. So how do you convey this? Do you go open it up? Do you say something? Do you point to? I'm gonna be difficult about this.
Yeah, as they're no, I know exactly what I wanted. So like in my description, one of the things that that made me choose this pre-made
Yes.
is the sentence Misbegot and ampersands moves like a poor stop motion animation, which scares most people who aren't dragons.
Yes.
Which I freaking love.
Yeah.
So while this person is like patting the wall and like working their way probably like the wrong way down the wall or whatever,
Yeah.
and is going to like kind of like over to the door,
Yeah.
like almost not quite doing the robot, but like whatever. And then just like, with one toe, one like hind leg or whatever, just like boop and boop the door open
So-
and pretend they don't see it.
Yeah. Totally.
Like just sitting by the door like a gargoyle, just like the hind leg, like boop.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So the door appears to open. I mean, from their point of view, I like the stop motion thing. So from their point of view, it's sort of like you were over there, and then suddenly you were over here, and the door was now open. Sorry, I'm messing with the layout right now as well, trying to do multiple things at once, and I can hardly do one thing at once, as we have already confirmed this evening. There. We're going to leave the fairy window sort of undone. Actually, let me find it. No, we're going to leave it. I'm just going to stop.
Just leave it.
I'm done. Let's do this thing.
Stop picking.
I'm not picking it. Not picking it. I already picked it. There's a lot of people watching. Pay attention. That was aimed at me. They slink out the door in a very undignified fashion, the exact opposite of the way that they came in.
Oh boy.
And the door clicks shut behind them. Rufus says, "So I presume there'll be drinks? We're open now." "Did you tell him we're open?" "Yes, I told him we're open." "Why did you take my voice?" "Because you took mine."
I think that we should probably get started on this. I like not being in scorpion pits. It is one of my favorite things to not be in.
Okay.
And is going to point to the glass of alcohol that they left behind.
Yep.
That the other person left behind.
Yep.
And then hold up a finger, one claw,
Yep.
at the person asking about drinks.
Oh.
Yes. Rufus almost magically sort of reaches behind him into no space and just comes back with the same colored drink in the same colored glass. "It's already paid for." "Did you tell him it's paid for?" "Of course I told him it's paid for. The tip isn't." "Shush."
And Anne like very happily like has it set before them and then like puts their nose in it and blows
Yeah.
bubbles.
Blowing bubbles in the whiskey.
Does the duck thing.
Oh, yes. Oh, in very expensive brandy. I like that better because that's more sort of thing. So
I
yes.
feel like that should burn a little, but
you're made out of stone. It's Lucas, yeah. Making duck noises in the brandy.
Seeing what And is doing,
Yep.
he also wants one of the cups to play in.
Yep.
And since he technically does not have a mouth,
Nope.
he is just going to take down his bandana where he has no mouth,
Yeah.
like splash on his face, and
Yeah.
put it back up.
They're back. Just as I fixed it. I'm fixing it again. You're right back where you needed to be. I just need to fix the same one I did unfixed a minute ago. All right.
So
That's
where
not the
were
one.
we?
I'm gonna. You know what? You said it. I'm gonna just let me fix the window here, and then I'm gonna make you pay for what you just said.
Sorry.
Control Z is your friend.
Had to restart the entirety of my Wi-Fi.
Oh no.
Oh, it wasn't that. I'm not punishing you for that. Absolutely not. That would be mean and nasty and out of your control. However, just as you guys got in there, because you left just as he walked in, right? Or just as she walked in. Sorry, just as Murph walked in, right? You guys were in the room.
Yes.
So, you see a secret door open in the wall, Fairy, and as you turn your head to look, the small creature on your neck looks at you, and you've seen the look. It's like the dog sitting at the door. It's I need now. I need now.
To go.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Hold it.
Okay.
Because he has a very bad bladder.
Yes. So, what trait do you have that would help you keep your dragon from peeing fire all over this bar?
Dragon tamer.
Dragon tamer.
Dragon whisperer.
Dragon whisperer. Yeah, I'm going to give
Yeah.
you a D10. So roll a D10 for me.
Okay.
Okay. The thing I'm going to do with this though is it could be a fairly considerable problem if you fail. It's not going to be inconsequential. It's going to be a minor consequence if you fail.
Would Firefly and Dragon Whisperer work for this?
Either or. You're rolling a D10.
Okay. I'm just gonna go with Dragon Whisperer. That is a 9.
Oh, yeah, you go. You see, he's about to let go.
Oh no,
and-
not the books.
you maybe turn him upside down or fold him in half on himself or something. It's probably not in the dragon training manual, but it works. You get outside just in time to sort of unfold him in an explosion of fire that looks like the D&D spell that does the 15-foot cone of fire. It's just flaming dragon pee everywhere in the street. It's on the walls, it's on the shutters, it has, yeah. But he didn't pee in the bar. How do you respond to that? From upstairs, somehow she's upstairs, Marla leans out the window and she looks down and she's, we're going to have to charge you for that. That's not covered. As you know, acts of dragon are not covered by the in-sewer ants.
I'll just send it to my work. They know the drill. Trust me.
And she just points across the street. You're one of them?
Yes. Not an elf at your service.
I voted for higher walls. And they slam the window. They know the number. They don't need your information. They know who to write the invoice to.
Did they recognize the name?
They may or may not have. It didn't. They just needed to yell. All they really needed was billing information, permission to bill. And then you look at Nugget, and they've got that totally blissed out look on their face.
Their tongue is lolling out, and they're happy, and they're back to their wall-eyed self. Because when
They're
they
done.
need to go,
Yes.
because when they need to go, they start looking correctly.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Eyes come forward and plead.
Ankh Morpork is very flammable. Do we need to call the fire brigade?
Luckily, you're right across the street from the Dragon Center, and they know that sound, they know that splash, they know that smell. I hate to say it, but they know. So there is a series of hoses from the other side of the walls, sort of arching over with incredible artillery-like precision to put out the fires.
Thanks, guys.
And thank you for asking, Tom Joe. I like that scene. Just the automatic response anywhere within about a block of you. It's just fire hoses. It's just automatic.
We're lucky with Nugget. Nugget at least doesn't explode. Unlike Boom and The twins, Shaka and Laka.
And as you walk back inside, you see the door, the secret door close, and this group in front of you. Ta-da!
We have to go to the bridge. That's where they found the thing that we have to find, or we end up in the scorpion pits if we are lucky.
Oh, that's delightful.
I want to give and Iticus and Elfie a chance to say something before we move on, because we just spent an hour getting through chapter 1. No, don't let me shorten what you want to say. You're ready to go, Amp? Okay, and Iticus and Elfie? Yeah.
Iticus is ready to go, and if Elfie and will let him, he has their hands.
Yeah, I was waiting for this. Yeah.
Elfie will even put him onto her shoulders if he wants.
Puppies.
Yes. And Iticus is just riding on her shoulders now.
So yeah, Iticus is on Elfie. Fairy's got Nugget. Tom's got Joe. Joe's got Tom. Miss Begot's got ampersands. And with that, we move on to Chapter 2, in which clues are provided. We begin with a cutscene. Cortex is worried. He doesn't remember having skills with explosives, and yet he watches as his hands dexterously weave tubes and sparkling assemblies into a breaching charge. He's for damn sure that he shouldn't know what a breaching charge is, and that little dream dragon in his head won't shut up. It keeps telling him it's all going to be okay just as soon as he gets those green gummy bears. Cortex is mumbling and drooling, and he doesn't even seem to notice. You get to the bridge. The famous Misbegot Bridge, the very common backyard of one of our character persons. So you might be nose blind to this a little bit, Misbegot, but as you get closer, especially as you get to the bridge and then have to go under it, because that's where it is, it's built into the stanchions below it, the River Ankh is a foulness boiled in a hideosity with a large dose of a what the hell is that all mixed in. It's awful, and it's even worse underneath where you guys go. Like, this is a city where people rush across bridges, and you have to go underneath one. Which makes it all the more surprising in the filth and horridness that there are already 2 people down here. The guard members would certainly recognize them, and the rest of you probably would too if you're from here, so to speak, because they are a very famous reporter and her camera person, or should I say their iconographer. This is Saccharissa Cripslock and Otto Shriek. Otto is quite clearly a vampire. It's quite clearly daylight. He is wearing a big hat and big glasses, but he does not seem to be bursting into flame at any given moment. He is, however, looking into a large wooden box in front of him that's covered in buttons and lenses and a small feeding slot, muttering a language you don't understand. Saccharissa is tapping her chin with her finger and looking at an open door. That's why you're here. You can see they took away some of the brickwork and revealed this door, and someone just came along, opened the door, took whatever was in it, and left the door open. And she's... What do you do?
You're muted.
Yeah, he starts out that way. Roll with it. Hello, this is Chris
Joe and Tom
Locke.
try and say different things at different times, and it comes out as just lip movement, no sound.
Sometimes we do not agree on what to say. And hello, Mr. Shrike. I am always, of course, happy to see the press, but I would ask that you stay out of the room. It is now a crime scene.
Well, I never went in the room. I do my shit from way over here. Sorry, I have to take that back. You don't swear in Pratchett novels.
Sometimes they do
I
appear.
never went in. Well, I've decided. Yeah, okay. He's Ubervaldian. He does. I'm gonna give myself that one. It's like that's my PG-13 swear. I'm done. And he's still looking into the back of his iconography machine. He says, "I'm not sure why we are here. She has been doing that now for 20 minutes. I think she wants a dimple."
Dimples are the sky's kisses that don't go away.
And the neck creaks as he comes around to actually look at you, because that's another one of those sayings, right? Yeah, I want a D12. That was really good. It was so good I almost didn't realize what you were doing. Yep.
Tom Joe sounds
10.
so afraid all the time.
Yep. 10. Oh, I rolled a 7, so I rolled almost as
Or
well
like
as I
Chat
could.
GTP.
Yeah.
he's got some
Artificial
problems.
unintelligence. Sorry, what was that?
I was like,
Maybe?
yeah, he's got some problems.
So yeah, he I have not been drinking enough this morning for this. I I took picture of empty room. But I know, well, I know half of you for a very long time, and he's one of those people that only ever knew Tom or Joe.
Mhm.
And he says, so I want half of you to know that there's a trick that this camera can do. I keep calling it a camera. It's an iconography machine. It's like I'm from a different world sometimes. Shit, that's 2.
Ooh,
Count the swears. This is my new name, Doctor Count the swears. Tom Joe. Yeah, he says they can take a picture of a thing that happened before now, you know.
Oh,
I call them photographs.
very interesting. Can you take one of those for us?
I already took 2.
Oh. May we see them?
Oh, sure, but it was dark. There's almost nothing on them. And he pulls out 2 plates, and you can hold them up to what passes for his son around here. And you see a single shadowy figure dragging a chest that's made of teak and gold out of this door. And then you see another image of them stopped halfway up the stairs with their hand in the small of their back. Oh! So halfway up the stairs, they hurt their back, but they still got it. But it's like I said, it was dark. Elfie, or yeah, okay, and yeah, Elfie, you got that look on your face like you're gonna do a thing, but Anne made a noise first. So
I had an idea and then it went away. I'm
Oh,
waiting
no.
for it to come back.
Okay, well, while we do that, and you
It might have never been real.
a lot of this isn't.
So you mentioned that
Yes.
And is kind of like nose blind probably to a lot of the smell around the river,
Yeah.
which means that if anybody smells nicer than the river,
Yes.
probably they would notice. So are
Yes.
they smelling anything other than
Oh,
Saccharissa.
did
Saccharissa?
I was
And
gonna say Saccharissa
Igor.
smells all saccharine and sweet, of course.
I mean,
just
of
because.
course.
But are you asking? Can you smell the perp?
Yeah, can I like
Remains of
sniff
perp?
out?
Okay.
Can I sniff out what they like? Do they have
Yes.
bergamot going on or what?
Yes. Give me a this is observation again, and that's a 12. So yeah,
Oh,
you guys are gonna be rolling a lot of big dice. This is my test. Oh yeah, here we go. But you keep doing things you're good at. It's not much I can do.
11.
11. Yeah, I can't beat it. And as soon as you start being detective-y, suddenly Saccharissa's head snaps around. She pulls out a notebook and a pen and starts looking at you desperately.
I freeze.
Yes, you would. So There's a gargoyle with a half sniff, frozen, sniffing in the door.
Someone clip that.
Trapped in your head is the realization that whoever stole this is not of the castle. They don't smell like Murph. They smell like they live with a lot of other people. They smell like a lot of people. Yeah. That is a nasty trait that I am having to give away so much, and I have to be so sneaky about it.
I would say I'm sorry, but I've sworn off lying for now.
Don't be sorry. Don't ever. Always break my game. It is that's why I knew this game system was going to work. You get credit for this. All right, somebody's got to fail so somebody can burn some luck, though. Anyway, yes, Tom
Mrs.
Jones.
Tripslack,
Throw us.
Constable Misbegot and Ampersand does not feel comfortable moving when somebody is watching them. If you stare at them like that, they will not move, and then you will have no story.
Close your eyes.
And they turn around and close their eyes, so they're facing away from you, facing the river with their eyes closed, and still trying to write everything that gets said, like they're trying to transcribe the conversation. And Otto just looks at the group of you and just shakes his head and turns his back slowly on And.
So Misbegotten Ampersand is going to do the whisper.
Interesting.
Oh, what kids show is this that I watch? Is it Casey and Finnegan? Never mind. Besides the point. I'm old. Yes. What do you whisper to Tom Joe?
Whispering like they smell like they come from I'm gonna be like, oh, they smell like they come from a stockyard or like something, not a stockyard, a dock.
Yeah.
Like with a lot of people.
Tom Joe. At the mention of that, at a mention of a lot of people, you are of the watch. Yes, that is one of your things. So is Misbegot, but I need an excuse to get your roll from you. A lot of people in one place. Give me, just so I can say I did it
He
once
smells
tonight.
like the jail.
Oh yeah, there we go. So it might be distracting. Give me a D6. I'm going to finally make somebody roll something smaller than a 10.
6.
6.
You can still bit me, but 6.
It was still a minor, and only it was a minor inconvenience anyway, but I only rolled a 2, so it doesn't matter. Mrs. Etton's rooming house comes to mind.
Oh, yes, that is a popular place for unmarried men who need a place to stay and cannot live on their own. Yes. Does anybody else have anything they would like to look in this room for? Do you have special skills? You must be if you were selected.
Elfie? I saw a hand go up, and then we'll get to
Fairy. I was trying to rebalance my web.
Oh, okay. All right. And that perfect. And in that case, we will cut to Fairy.
Can I use quirk?
Yeah, what?
Quirky, because you never know what someone's gonna know when they are the way that they are.
Okay, yeah.
So I want to see if I can discern anything from the photos or anything like that. Just because she could be crazy good at this and we have no idea.
I'm going with this. I'm going to help you. Saccharissa is quirky as well, so you can you got sort of quirky vibes going. Yeah, give me a roll. Give me again, it's a low chance. I'm gonna make you roll a D6.
Okay.
And I rolled a 1, so
I rolled a 6.
Okay, yeah, maximum, yeah. So you just kind of zone in on the weird. What they're writing down is no longer what you're saying. And on their back, there's a pigeon that has just landed. Nobody else saw it, but it flew up and landed between her shoulder blades, and it's whispering in her ear. Because 2 can play at that game.
Starting to look, and is starting to look real hungry.
Yeah. The pigeon's, one eye on and it's muttering in her ear.
She's just gonna
is,
get closer and
but-
try to listen.
Okay, but this is, it must be said, this is a reporter pigeon. This thing killed 3 cats, 2 ravens, and a small dog on the way here. It avoids dragons on a regular basis. It looks hardened like a war veteran. It's that kind of pigeon, but yeah, still possibly lunch for And. You try and listen in. Okay. You hear, and I love this. You hear explosion, dragon sanctuary. No, not the normal ones. A big one. And Saccharissa loses her, like you see, as she stops writing again, she does that thing where she becomes aware of what she just wrote down. And she kind of looks down and reads the last paragraph again, blinks, and she says, Otto, we've got to go to the dragon sanctuary. And he trips her as she turns to run. And he sits on her back and he says, I'm not going anywhere until I've had pierogies. It's been nice meeting you people.
Lovely meeting you too.
Yes.
I hear there's an explosion. Don't wait up for me. No
Oh.
offense, lady, I don't like dragons. He looks at Fairy.
I work at the sanctuary. Oh no! And just flies.
Okay. You're heading in that direction. Yep. Everybody
I
else?
suppose we should follow them. This may
Well,
somehow be involved.
Piticus?
While Iticus has been investigating, he got bored.
Oh, you
Oh
huh?
It's
no.
literally one of my
Yep.
traits.
Yep. Okay. So, where did you wander off to? Or is that what you did? You wandered off to to just find interesting things?
Yeah.
Okay. You're looking for spark. This works. You're looking for. That took me way too long. You're looking for sparklies and shinies, right? Shinies.
Yeah.
There's 2 of those flying shinies, the little dragon shinies. There's 2 of them sitting on a fence down at the end of the little alley, and yeah. You
It is. I don't know
sneak?
where anyone else is.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sneaking.
Okay, that's a D12 for sure. Ooh, I actually rolled a decent number.
8.
8. You tied me. So you sneak away into the darkness and start following the shinies. You can. They don't really talk, but they kind of mutter to themselves. And Iticus being Iticus, using Fred. You can understand just about anybody, right? Or at least you think you do.
Yep.
They're hungry. They're looking for snacks, and they want green gummy bears, whatever that is.
Yeah, he doesn't know what those are either.
No, I didn't think so.
So-
Yeah.
It's a.
Okay.
And now I'm looking for something else because
Yep.
I'm bored here. I'm bored
Yeah.
again.
Okay. That still works. And as you leave the 2 of them and turn in another direction, you can see you see somebody sneaking up on you, like a mugger, and they see you seeing them, and they stop, and you fed them,
Yep.
and
Get friended, fool.
and you just hear from the shadows, I told you it's Iticus. And the one that's standing in front of you, like you can see they're trying to back away, but their body just won't let them move. Not Criticus. No, I've been good. No, I've been good. Send me to the dungeons instead. Send me to the dungeons. Do anything, not Criticus.
Brad?
I don't know what to say. I'm gonna die.
What did you do?
It's a legend.
Inicus
He's
in,
a legend.
in another world, Inicus is a god already. So,
They just have to answer the question right.
yes, exactly. And so far, they are not getting it.
Yeah. If they're not getting it, I actually have another one. I have one for this. Another one bites the dust.
Okay. What happens?
So it's
What's the plan? Yeah.
Oh, not Fred.
and Fred goes away. The bow and arrow comes out.
They bolt. Just gone. Like trigger. I presume this triggers the chase instinct. Like it's time to go play tag. Sort of. No.
Mm-mm.
No. What are you doing?
Once they leave, it's like,
Okay,
Okay.
no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So you chase them off, and then behind you, you hear a giggle.
Fred.
Turn around, and there's a little there's a like they're human, but they got that they're probably sort of 6 or 7, but they've got that sort of like street rat about them, and they look at you and say, "That's really cool. You be my friend,
Fred.
Fred, Fred." And they come up to you and they just give you a big hug. You're like, and you got bones and steels and they kind of touch the mask in your face. Sorry. You wanna? Have you ever seen a talking chest?
No.
I'm gonna show you too.
Okay.
and Iticus takes hand
Yeah,
and is gone.
and they're gone. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna leave you for a second. I gotta make a note here, or I will forget. All I have to write down is 2 chests. I'll know what that means. Okay, I probably won't, but I'll remember it, or I'll make it up. Either way,
You
we're
got
gonna
this.
leave Inicus and your new rapscallion friend cruising alleys and going over buildings, and they move just like you. Like it's just this is the you for here, right? Meanwhile,
Oh
Meanwhile, the rest of you charge boldly forth to the dragon sanctuary.
Well, with the knowledge that the child is gone,
Yeah.
Sophie's probably gonna look.
Okay. Okay. What?
Joe's going to go to the dragon sanctuary.
Okay. Okay.
Like she knows where the others are going.
Sure. Sanctuary.
Where the
All
hell's
right.
the kid?
Elfie's going on a rescue mission.
To this kid that doesn't
I
need to
put
be
it-
rescued.
I put it. Yeah, I put it in quotes. The rescue mission. And that leaves us with Fairy. What are you doing? Your place of work blew up apparently.
Trying to fly very fast, but sometimes I actually hit like a bird in the face.
Yep. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So you head to the sanctuary. So I can add you to this list here. All right. So let's head to the sanctuary first. Joe, Tom, and Fairy. You guys head in that general direction. As you get there, you smell burnt sugar. The doors slam open to the application of your skilled hand because you know the combination, Fairy, and you open the door to the common area, and there are craters all over the place. At least half a dozen dragons have exploded here recently. But then there's also a wall that's blown out, and that was not a dragon. That was explosives. There's a big blasted hole in the wall. Your boss, Lady Ramkin, is running around desperately calming the sort of last half dozen dragons that haven't exploded.
I go help her.
Okay, and Nugget does as well. He actually he tries to fly off and help the other ones too. There she is. She looks at you, Fairy, and says, they drugged they drugged Herbert. He's your guard dragon. Yeah. That's your standard guard dragon. He's like considered the most stable dragon you guys have got. Yeah, poisoned caramel corn. Can you believe it?
What?
Poisoned caramel. Oh, because she's got a dragon in her arms. If she's trying to get it calmed back down, it's starting to steam a little bit.
Kettle, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to go too. It's okay. It's okay. It just kind of just goes off. It goes over. It just goes.
Yeah.
Okay, Biscuit. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's
So
okay. I'm just gonna go around and
Just
use
slow
Dragon
them all
Whisper.
Yep, absolutely. I don't even need to roll for that. They know you. You're here. You overhear this, but Tonjo, you hear it as well. Actually, now that you're back, and Iticus went missing. Elfie went looking. The other two are still on the job, off to the Dragon Sanctuary. What is your plan?
Dragon Sanctuary.
Okay, thank you.
Ampersand is perched on Tom Joe's shoulder because like all the other ones seem to have something on their shoulder.
Yep, everybody's got a rider.
Yeah.
Elfie is going to look for Iticus because she was going to put Iticus on her shoulders yet again.
And he's gone. Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
gone.
So, wow, because I'm leaving it this way, Iticus disappeared off your shoulders.
How does Iticus get bored while sitting on elf shoulders? Come on now.
It's a big city. There were sparklies. A chain of events occurred. He has now met his urban's version of himself, and is adventuring with Elfie in hot pursuit. But meanwhile, at the Dragon Sanctuary, you hear from Rosie Devant Mollet. This fairy. She's highborn but practical about it. She tells everybody all the time how she's highborn, but she's very practical about it. She says to you, they stole all the rest of the green gummies. And you would know, anybody else would have to make a roll, but you would know because of your dragon expertise. The pixie-faced smut dragon, the fiddliest and most explosive of all the dragons, have a thing. They crave green gummy bears, and they get very, very cranky if they don't get any. This is my twist on the 8-hour supplements thing for the dragons. If they don't get green gummy bears, they explode. She says, but it could have been worse. You know who bought all but like 300 of them just a couple days ago.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I was about to be so worried. Oh no, who's all accounted for?
We haven't counted yet because some of them exploded and some of them flew away.
Oh no.
But the thing is, we don't have any green gummies left. That's the bad news. The good news is we don't have any pixie-faced smuts left, but I saw 2 of them leave.
Oh no! Oh dear! Okay. Oh, and I'm assuming I look over and I see a little collar. Oh no! That was Creep Puff. It just kind of goes over. It just goes. Oh no!
Just the same statements for each caller found.
Yeah. Like like Bob stepping on the rakes in The Simpsons, just went out exactly the same thing over and over again.
It's just like, oh, there was.
In the distance, well, against the background of the hoeing and humming and the gettings together, in the distance, something catches your eye. Well, first something catches your ear hole. It's an explosion. A rather large explosion. You look over and you see the roof of a house on the other side of the river lift up and fall back in on itself. A couple seconds later, you hear a second explosion and you see it sort of do it again. And then you see, and I give that to Feyre, that was a dragon flying into a house and blown up. And in case you
That's
weren't
where they
sure,
went.
a second one you see banking in the sky and heading in the same direction.
Nugget, go get it!
and, he, and just in time to watch the second one blow into the house. And Tom Joe, Tom Joe, you put X and Y together and get Z. That was the rooming house.
That was the rooming house. One would assume then, if it went for the rooming house where our suspect likely stayed, that they were also the ones who stole the gummy bears that those dragons need. 2 heads are better than 1, even if you've got 2 heads that are 1 head.
Huh? Sorry, I'm not here.
and thus, and we are going to get to the two, but thus we will move on to chapter 3. Chapter 3, in which the Chapter 3, in which the inevitable dastardly villains are revealed and their plot is put afoot. You're headed towards Mrs. Ethan's boarding house, the 3 of you, I presume, or traveling in a group. Iticus. In a moment of time, just a flicker across the city, because you've got they're that good at this. They know all the secret ways. You find out coming yourself out on a wall of the unknown university. This is a place of great and monstrous magics. Everyone walking around stroking their beards like Bat Kyle just did right there, doing a lot of this going on. Lots of tome readings and things. And every once in a while, a little spark of magic as somebody dares to try something. Because the price is always worse than the effect when you play with magic. You don't get to break the laws of physics. But what you do see out on the lawns is the reason why the gates are never closed here. Hiding in a bush, a very nicely wrought, not the one you're looking for, but a very nicely wrought chest. It's sort of a brown wood with brass fittings. It's got the round top. It's really very traditional. But when it moves, it does so on hundreds of little human feet as it moves to another bush. It opens up just a tiny, tiny bit, and you can feel the end of space-time inside that thing. As chaotic as Iticus is, the inside of that is the ultimate version of bad stick. The lid closes, and the kid, for the first time, not showing 1,000% confidence, says, we should go.
Sneaky quiet. Okay.
Sneak off. Let's do a sneak off. And yeah, I want you to give me a sneaky roll.
6.
6. There's a thing in here. It's in the rules. There's a thing as a group roll. It's when everybody has to succeed, or you get caught. They rolled a 2. So you beat them, but they only rolled a 2. So as part of your party sneaking away, they failed. So you hear, what am I about to do? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You hear behind you the patter of hundreds of little feet. It's taken an interest.
It is immediate, as loud and as high as Iticus can go. Run!
Oh, I love it. You realize quite quickly you're being herded by the chest. It's trying to get you to go to a place. Every time you try and go somewhere, it does that thing where it's already at the end of the alley. You run into the alley and you go the other way and it's already in the end of that alley. And it's herding you and this kid. You get to a place.
Chest.
Yeah, you're heading closer and closer and closer and closer to downtown. You turn around and offer Fred. Did you try and Fred the chest?
Yes.
D4. I'll give you a chance. Roll a D4 for me.
1.
7. I should have mentioned the consequences were very dire, but yep. You Fred, and it just opens up, and it's like the mimic's mimic, right? It's the tongue and the teeth and everything you've ever feared, and treasure, and it's everything of all things in there. And just before it closes on Fred, you got him out with both hands, right? It's going to take you off like right here,
Oh, God. Okay,
and
yeah.
these two tiny fists go in and grab the tongue and pull, and the chest doesn't even flinch, but it gives you a chance to get out.
Yeah, okay, then it's just keep running. We're running.
And they look at you and say, "Go!" And you realize that it can't close its lid as long as she's still got its tongue.
Yeah, it's absolutely running.
Okay.
It's runtime.
So Iticus turns and flees. Behind you, the camera stays for a second, and there is an expectation of horribleness. And then the tongue slowly pulls out of these two tiny hands, and your friend falls back on the ground and looks up. Just they've surrendered to their inevitable fate. And one of the feet comes out and pats them on the knee. The tongue comes out, wraps around their wrist, turns around, and drags them into the unknown university. We do a flash forward. 15 years later, that kid is graduating, head of his class, and the chest has a new friend besides Rincewind. Phew! I almost ate a 6-year-old. That was awful. All right. At that moment, Iticus, you burst into this small square, and in front of you a house blows up, a dragon flies into it, a house blows up. Elfie, you have been following. It's pretty easy to follow Iticus and their little friend. As fast as they're moving, anybody that sees them freaks out. It's like, the urchins! Ah! The urchins are revolting! Yes, but they're the only ones we've got. Ah! Oh, and Elfie, yep. We'll see in a bit. Elfie goes and hunts. Yes. Elfie will show up as soon as Elfie gets back. Elfie is off hunting Iticuses. Right. So, that's perfect. We got everybody in the same place now. The four of you converge on the rooming house. Just in time for the pile of smoldering rubble. The golems have hardly got here to put it out. And their version of put it out is walk in, grab a burning part, bring it out in the street, stomp it till it's not burning anymore, go back in and get more. That process is just starting when there's an implosion and then an explosion. And out of the roof, a blue blimp with poorly painted clouds on it lifts out of the wreckage. Dangling below it on a long rope is a chest, a very fancy chest of teak and gold. And it heads off, twisting and turning into the gathering gloom of midday at Ankh Morpork. It's heading for the castle. It's heading, dun dun dun, for the treasury. Chapter 4, in which a chase ensues and much mayhem occurs, plus all is nearly revealed. Do you give chase?
Of course.
Is that interesting enough,
Chase.
Iticus?
It's shiny.
Yeah, it's shiny.
So
It's flying.
let's go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And where do you flew off and sort of parked somewhere and we're watching, right?
No, and
you
was
were with-
on the shoulder
on the shoulders
of Tomjo.
Right. So
Yeah.
you see all this. You're in this little square. Off it goes. What do you do? Oh, person who can fly.
Yeah, gonna fly toward it.
Okay. You going to go to the blimp where there's a small cabin on the bottom of the blimp where somebody is poorly flying it, or are you going to go to the uh, chest that's hanging in the air below it by a rope?
Let's go check out the chest.
And you, this thing's flying very poorly, and you fly quite well. So I'll give you a D12, and I'm going to do a D8. Ooh, that's actually not bad.
11.
11. Okay, yep. It at first you think it's dodging and dashing. How amazing, and then you realize it's a series of limp
Struggling.
recoveries. It's like whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa, whoa. And when you figure that out, all of a sudden, it's like hunting corvids. In fact, there's a little flashback in your brain to a certain asshole magpie from this morning. That was just a short time ago, but he moved just like this. You know exactly what he's going to do next. And bang, you land on the chest. From inside, you hear, "Gummies!"
Oh.
Oh no.
Did Anne even know what? Would Anne even know what green gummy bears were? I mean, you're very observant.
Wasn't End there for in the Dragon Sanctuary
Yes,
when they were
yes,
talking
so
about
yeah,
it?
yes, you would know. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, you're gummy. So yes.
End is panicking.
Yep, because you are sitting on top of a chest that has a I keep having to scan it back because I forget the name. A pixie-faced smut
Yes.
dragon in it.
Which I happen to also look like.
Yes, you do. You're actually it's rated there in the description. You realize, ooh, you're like a stereotype of the thing in the box. Gummy? I'm gonna leave you there looking like that on that box.
Okay.
What does everybody else do?
Panicking.
Yeah.
Tom Joe is following the balloon thing and chest,
Yeah.
just in case he's not trying to race ahead of it, because he has full confidence that And will stop the balloon and open the chest, and all will be well.
Okay, so you're sort of in support role. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't need a roll for that. You're just running through the streets.
One eye on the sky, one eye
Yep.
looking
One eye on
forward.
the crowd. Yep.
Yep.
People have seen you before. They know you're one of the watch. That's one of the good ones. Right. You're always doing the right thing. So you are just chugging along behind them. Let's do Fey Ray, and then we're gonna bring Elfie back. What are you doing with these others?
Okay, do I see the giant blimp of Nope?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh no. Upon seeing them all flying after that, I go, okay, Nugget, come on! And just kind of like
Yeah.
flies toward there. There's a little dragon on my shoulder that's just sitting there going blah, 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 like
his old lips flapping in the wind like the other.
just full on
and you
tongue
fly,
in the
okay,
corner.
Give me we're gonna use the roll I rolled before, but give me just a you fly. It's natural. Give me a 12.
Okay,
Oh, 8,
one
red.
sec.
Yes. No pure
Ooh,
blimp.
that is a 5.
Okay.
Don't know if that's good or not.
You there's a small problem. As we get close, you were heading for where were you heading for? The chest or the blimp?
I don't know. Probably the chest, because we heard about the chest being a problem.
Yep, absolutely. So just as you're about to land on it, and sort of lands on the other side, hears something, looks down, and then you bounce off of it and kind of bruise your ability to fly, and you grab onto the chest with one hand, and you are now swinging from the chest underneath the and you weren't stressed enough before. Now you got one of them hanging off you.
And was seriously considering like trying to chew through the rope.
Mhm.
So that's right out now,
Uh-huh.
probably.
Because you can tell Fairy can't fly right now. Yeah.
And is gonna try to open the chest.
Okay.
Oh no.
You reach down, and I mean, the lock's right there. You just they push the button, right? Okay.
I'm gonna push the button.
Okay. Open the. Okay, I love that. Elfie, you've been chasing Idicus's train wreck all across the city. There's terrified people. There's broken stuff. There's stolen shinies.
I
You
would
get
like to
yeah.
Nothing is
and
stolen.
she
No,
is
you're right. Yeah.
teleporting, so finding him will take
Oh
shorter.
yes, so you just kind of go from event to event to event to event,
Yeah,
and you're always that one step behind, right? Because yeah,
right.
and then you finally pop out and you see them. They're right there. Idicus is right there. Idicus, balloon thing, Fred's. What do? Just before Elfie lays a hand on you and gets to say something, I'm going to give you one move.
I'm going after the balloon.
Now, you
It
don't
looks like
fly,
the
right?
Nope.
So you just take off running?
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
sneaky.
Yeah.
I stay on the ground.
Okay. Elfie, what are you doing? There-
Teleporting there.
So the two of I love this. So the two of you just sort of bip, 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 one in the shadows, one teleporting. Tom Joe running down the street. Miss Begot and Fairy
'Cause I'd like to
hanging on the end of the
teleport.
rope. Yeah.
I'd like to teleport to like right next to Idicus and then put Idicus on my shoulders.
Oh, and then the two of you, you keep going like the
And
pattern
then
is the.
am I able to teleport short distances with Idicus on me?
Oh, absolutely! This is a one shot. Idicus, are you good with
Awesome.
that? Getting
Oh,
scooped
yeah.
by Fred. Okay.
Yep.
And you're just like, yeah. Woo.
Every time you
Puppies!
blip
Yeah.
back in, he just goes, wee!
Yeah. Best ride.
There's like a
ever.
constantly interrupted wee, like
Yeah.
wee.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect.
One wee is a bit long because she like almost ran into something and she's making sure the next place she's gonna be bamfing to doesn't have something right there.
We all know what it's like to have a really long wee. Um,
Indeed.
we got one thing to do before we get to the finally, which is good because we're almost out of timely. And this involves one, I'm going to give you your full name, Misbegot and Ampersands. Click.
I push the button.
The chest starts to open. You just see two little dragon eyes look at you, and four little dragon claws just go thung and stick out into the walls of the chest as it sort of spins upside down and dumps priceless treasures and gold coins and silver relics all over the poorest district of Ankh Morpork, right next to not the poorest district actually, but a section of poorness near the castle just before you get there. And it just rains down on the city, and the little dragon inside looks at you, and I'm not sure what you were expecting, but all you get is gummy.
For the first time
Yeah.
in this whole one shot, like, and speaks out loud, and their voice is like slate. It's like slate grinding on slate kind
Yep.
of thing.
Yep.
Like not the nails on a chalkboard, but like kind of a rock being dragged
Yeah.
across. And they're just gonna look at this dragon and just be like, gummy. Where? Like,
And they're perfect. Their eyes turn, yes. Favor, you're like one hand, the thing's open now, so you're spinning slowly in the air. You come around just in time to see a wall coming. Misbegotten
no.
Ampersands, you smash into it. The balloon above you just tips over and goes through the roof of the building.
oh no.
Tom Joe, and Idicus and Elfie, as you're running up the street, you see the balloon start to drop and drop and drop and drop, and it crashes into the treasury building. Actually, inside through the roof. It's all gone. One wall blows out. The three of you could easily pop, drop, and run your way in if you choose.
And Anne is like totally winding up this dragon, like, gummy? Gummy? Every time they say gummy, it's like gummy?
As you hit the floor inside, the game stops because they look over your shoulder, and no matter how many times you say gummy, they don't respond. But we're going to stop that right there because of reasons. Tom, Joe, Idicus, and Elfie, you guys are outside? Yeah, the other two of you are
Yes.
inside, smashed on the floor underneath the wreckage of a blimp and with a madman and a chest and a dragon. Hungry dragon. Yeah, the three of you. Through the
She's
hole.
just continuing to do her little teleporting and like laughing
Yeah.
at the consistent wheeze coming from Idicus.
Uh-huh.
City Watch,
Having a great
please
time.
stand back, citizens. Please stay away from the rubble. We will call for assistance if we need anybody to be rescued. City Watch. And then he's going up the rubble.
And as you head inside, we do another small cutaway scene. Because Cortex's cortex feels like someone has removed it, blended it with gravel, acid, and pickle juice, and then inexpertly returned it to his skull. He can see the dream dragon now. It's over there in the fancy box. It's gnawing on a gummy and looking disappointed. He blanks out. Cortex blanks out.
I love
His last
pickles.
thoughts are, sometimes you win and sometimes you die, forgotten in a deep, greasy dungeon cell. He remembers thinking, it was a good run, knowing that it really wasn't. The guards appear out of nowhere, grab him and drag him away. He will almost certainly never be seen again. Murph walks up from behind a pillar. They snap their fingers, and a group of helpers run forward and light a bunch of torches in the treasury, showing you that there's no gold, there's no jewelry. It's mostly, what did I put here? Yeah, it's it's mostly empty barrels, old clothes, and a small pile of basically garbage in the corner. Murph says, oh, the gold hasn't been here for years. It would be most imprudent to tell everyone where your filthy lucre was and then actually keep it there. Some asshole might get the idea of stealing it, and we can't have that. She kind of grins like you're in my room now. The confidence that you guys beat out of her in the first conversation is back because she's home.
All of that meal is not from your own sack.
Give me a D12. Ooh, I'm going to make it challenging. I rolled an 8.
10.
10. Yeah. They open their mouth to say something smarmy back, and then it's like, squirrel. It's just that they start chasing yours down. So once again, you have befuddled them, which is perfect timing, because at that moment, there can be no mistaking Lord Havelock Veterinary. When they walk into the room, the temperature drops by 20 degrees. Birds in the nearby trees outside flee in a burst of feathers and noise. Even Murph steps back and appears to shrink. Think Jafar from Aladdin mixed with Tim Curry from Rocky Horror Picture Shows, like not the musical bits, the serious parts. An eyebrow rises, a nostril flares, a lip very nearly sneers. He nods at the group of you and then flows across the space. Silent.
And freezes.
Yep. Silent, graceful, and perfectly quiet. The patrician stops and takes a knee in front of the chest. He looks at the dragon and reverentially takes a green gummy bear from his pocket. He almost absent-mindedly picks off a bit of lint before holding it out. The dragon, gummy! He pulls out another one. That happens a couple of times, because you now all see that this pixie-faced smut dragon inside appears to be wearing a platinum-framed monocle and a small black silk top hat. The patrician offers them another gummy, and Veterinary reaches into his pocket and looks at you, or looks at them and says, hello, friend, and what is your name? They look up at him and say, I am norms and standards. Is that for me? Veterinary palms the gummy for a moment. He says, we need to talk, but not just now. The gummy reappears and is consumed. The patrician looks over at you all. And when he stands, the room seems to get smaller. And the chill hits again. I've been reading, I just looked up to see the salute. The city thanks you all for your services. You'll find things easier going forward. Much easier. It goes without saying, so I'll only say it once. The stories of what happened in this room today mustn't become public knowledge. You'll be lauded as heroes who saved the treasury from a mad fellow in a blimp that tried to steal the hard-earned tax coins of our citizens. There will be no mention of a chest full of gold or of a dragon in said chest full of gold. No mention at all. By the end of his speech, you can see your breath, but you can't see his. The smile is like having your throat squeezed by death. Murph catches your eyes and nods to the door. The interview is clearly over. What do you do?
Nuggets on his shoulder.
On Murph's shoulder or Veterinary's?
Veterinaries.
Okay.
Nugget fears no one.
Okay. The others?
It
And
would
is
be
staring real hard at one of those gummies.
Elfie, like, in a protective sense, is like, well, is Iticus still on her shoulders?
No, during this whole talk, he's been walking up to him,
Yeah.
just waiting.
Walking up to Veterinary?
Yes.
Okay. How did I not foresee this obvious scene? Elfie, please go first. What are you doing? Oh shit! Again, he's gone again. But you look.
Elfie
And
is
this
just
time you
gonna
found
like
him. He's right
walk
there.
a bit
Just
closer,
about.
just so she's close enough that if trouble happens, she can
Yeah.
bend in, grab him, bamf out.
Iticus is about to ask Veterinary to be friends.
I
Like,
know.
I can totally see it.
Yeah. Elfie,
But
you
she's
go into guard
basically
mode?
just gonna like watch and be backup for this kid.
Yep. Iticus? Oh, sorry. Hang on. I'm gonna do Tom Joe first because I want to see what Super Cop does.
Tom Joe will, of course, in not very good Sato Voce, be like, our interview is over. He would like us to leave, including dragons and tiny people who want you to be their friend. We should probably leave. I do not like scorpions.
And with that,
Parting is such sour scorpion bait.
Misbegot, you're heading. Okay, so Tom Joe leaves. Elfie's on guard. The only one we don't know is Fairy. What are you doing?
Faye
Staying,
picks
leaving?
herself up from the rubble, sees the, I'm assuming, what's the fairy smut dragon.
Yep.
Does she recognize this fairy smut dragon?
Nope. This one seems
Looks-
far different than the ones that you've met, and this one can steal money through walls, apparently.
Looks for Nugget and then sees and then goes, oh no. Nugget, come back.
Oh,
'Cause he was handing the gummies.
I need a dragon handling roll from you to see if you can get Nugget off of Veterinary without anything hideous happening.
Because here's a little quick question. Who was the one handing out the gummies? Was it the
That's
veterinary?
Veterinary, yep.
Yeah,
The patrician.
He's
on his
trying
shoulder.
to see if he can find more gummies.
Yeah, he's doing the over the shoulder thing, so yeah.
Yeah.
And you're trying to call him off. So give me a because of the difficulty of this, I want a D6.
Oh no.
Yep.
Dice don't fail me now. Oh, that's a 5. I don't know if that's.
A 5.
Hmm.
Let me put it this way. would anyone like to help? Or not, as the case may be. This
I'm
is
on
the
guard. I'll
patrician.
help.
Okay, so what skill do you use? You see, you look up and Fairy goes, come on, come on, come on. And you're kind of around the other side, and you can see that the back part of her dragon is starting to smoke.
I'm gonna use too nice.
Nugget's about to boom. You're too nice? Yep.
Because I think that could be really calming for
Yep. You just
small creatures.
so you scritch the dragon? Okay. I'll give you a D10. And you're rolling against the same number that I already rolled, which was all you know is it's better than a 5.
8.
You it starts to smoke and steam and hiss, and he starts to do that sort of walking one leg and then the other one, like I'm getting ready, it's coming out, and you don't have time to go around the front, so you have to, instead of scritching him under the chin, you kind of have to scritch him under
The belly?
belly. Let's use belly. That's a good word. You have to.
I was like, I didn't like where that was going.
Yeah, so
I
so
did
let's
not
not go.
either.
So let's not go there. So you have to reach around the side and scritch his belly, and he tickles and he turns around and looks at you and then jumps off your shoulder to get away from the tickle, and flies back to Faye. The whole time, Veterinary, just one eyebrow has been raised dramatically, and then when he flies away, it goes away.
Gives gummies that I probably have because of him.
So, Veterinary looks at all of you except for I want actually Iticus, do the thing. This is the dragon flies off of Veterinary, and he looks down at you like he's expecting you to do the same thing. Yes.
Fred?
And then, you do something that very few people do. You shock the patrician. Both eyes go up at the same time. I thought you were mythical. I could have sworn you were. Yes, friend. And they reach down a hand with the greatest of dignity and shake Fred's hand.
I'm so proud of Iticus right now.
You can stay, and almost in reward for that, but also because of what you did before, because you're waiting for treats too. And the patrician looks at you and says, and you can stay as well. The others, your newly improved lives await. No one hunting you. They point at Elfie. They point at Tom Joe. Congratulations, Sergeant. And they point at Fairy and say, your boss will be hearing from me regarding a raise and a promotion.
Sir. And just kind of just standing there with this, like, trying to, like, keep him in place.
Yeah, and in return for the favor you did to him, Nugget reaches down and pulls your collar like, let's go, that's time to go. And you head out. Yeah.
That was the hay that broke the camel's toe.
And Veterinary look. I'm gonna give you a roll. I said I wasn't gonna roll a D12 tonight, and I said unless somebody tries some shit with Veterinary, so I'm gonna Okay, roll a D12.
7.
7. That's perfect. It's a tie, which technically means you win. But in this world, I think he looks at you and says, "But sorry, he almost used your accent. But surely only if it's a dromedary."
Yes, you understand. This is good.
Yeah. Elfie?
And then.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just
we
gonna
still gotta
say.
get Elfie out of the room. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say that Anne just does the beckon to Tom Joe with the claw.
Yeah.
Whisper,
yeah.
whisper, whisper.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Elfie?
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted.
I want to know how Elfie responds to this, because this is interesting. This is where an opportunity presents itself, and I want to know. So, Elfie, what do you do? They basically told you they know who you are, and that you can stay here and you won't be hunted. patrician knows all. That's written in the lore.
Thank you. Although I've been trying to figure out what to do here. Do you have any recommendations?
I do actually. That poppy. Yes, talk to Murph, and
Okay.
Murph says, "I'll take you to HR." And yeah, they had assigned you on. The offer is the first offer is assassin, and if you say no to that, it will be the legal version of thief. Repatriation officer, where you go and take things which have been taken from the patrician without his permission. Those would be the offers you would get. But I want to cut back to inside the vault because everybody's gone now, even Murph, who even I had forgotten about until Elfie needed an escort. So it's Idicus and the patrician and the dragon, norms and standards. And the patrician looks at you, reaches into his pocket, and pulls out a gummy that's like this big, fills his whole hand. And he holds it out in front of Norm's again, and he closes his fingers around it, and he says, "So, have you ever considered stealing people?" And that is where we will drop the curtain on tonight. You survived veterinary. Oh, we technically did just over half of what I had written. So that's okay. That just leaves me encounters for the next game. I should have known I made way too many. But this is another. We'll use this as a thing for up and coming GMs. Write modularly so that you can leave bits out and nobody notices unless you tell them. So with that, the time for the thank yous is upon us, and the thank yous are many and varied. Thank you for staying up very late in spite of being tired, some of you. Thank you for playing in a game where you didn't really know the world. Some of you, thank you for being in the or for playing in the game when you really do know the world. And thank you to all of you because that was a blast. Thank you so much to Ruth. Thank you so much to Sarah. I missed Idicus. I truly didn't. Of course, you were gonna befriend the patrician. Of course you were. I should have seen it coming. Thank you. A lesson, a good lesson. Idicus is always sweet in the end. It was bad stick, good stick, and he picked the good stick, even though patrician isn't really a good stick. Anyway, thank you so much to Glory for Misbegotten Ampersands, the best noticer ever. The sticking with freezing every time a stranger saw you was fun. That's something that you could very easily have just forgotten about. I even gave you an out early on, but you stuck with it and showed that some traits can be negatives as well as positives. I loved the whispering thing, and I think it was Casey and Finnegan and Mr. Dressup that did the one whispered to the other and then the other one talked to the adult. So thank you for that. So it's a flashback to my youth as well as being a really cute thing to do and a wonderful character and a great lesson in how you can take a pre-made character and make them completely your own in 2 hours. So thank you for that. Thank you to Kyle for playing a cleric and a paladin joined at the brain. It's a wonderful character. All about the rules and the right, and yet the double voice was brilliant. The sayings were amazing. You tied the patrician on a roll. That's impressive. Well done. Congratulations. And oh fox, Feyre was out of her depth from the get go, and I loved every second of it. They were always had the best of intentions in mind, but somehow, some way, Ankh Morpork has never dragged them down, has never brought out a dark thought in their bodies. Somehow they're still pure as light in the middle of this place. So thank you for that. I see the yawnings and I know of the tirings and I know that doing comedy is tiring and we did it for over 2 hours. So thank you
Okay.
all for that.
Sorry, acknowledge that out loud.
Thank you to all the people in chat. There's a bunch of them. We're double digits all night. So woohoo. Thank you for that. Sometimes when we do these weird offshoot games, not a lot of people watch because the systems are weird. But thank you all for trusting that this one was going to be fun. I saw the thank you in chat. Thank me for running everything so lovely. And thank you to everyone for your talents. So fun to watch. It was. I will leave in all the mistakes, all the blunders, and all the flaws. And I can assure you, once again, none of it was intentional. I schmucked tonight a lot. So I enjoyed it, every second of it. This is what it's about. Friends. The Elfie character. Yes, did I forget? Oh, I'm so sorry. Ruth, I saved you for last because you were amazing. That's it. Yeah, quick cover.
You thanked me first, and then just said, "I'd like to thank Ruth," and I was like, "Yes, sir."
Yes, and I was gonna do it just things, and then I got carried away. So I have to loop back. There we go. Yet another non-high production value moment as I swoop around to balance the frickin' table that I messed up before. Elfie,
It's okay. In the end, you found her.
Yes, I did.
You found me.
Yes, and we ended up with an elf in Ankh Morpork. So that, with permission of the patrician, permission. My face is falling off. I liked Elfie a lot. Next time we play her, because I want to play them again. I want to do this game. Well, not this game because you guys played this game, but this place again. And I'd love to see Elfie come back because we didn't finish the all the things that Elfie can do, and I want to give away the rest of the tricks. So I need you all back because of that, particularly Elfie, because we didn't get to play the whole game.
Yes, chef.
Yeah, right. With that, now we can thank the peoples in the chat because there's still over a dozen
We
of them.
forgot to thank you though.
No, I got
Yeah.
thanked. I got thanked in printing.
You got
writing
thanked
in
from
the
chat, but you didn't get thanked from us.
Okay,
the
go.
people. Because thank you so much for making this absolutely amazing game and making it so much fun
It's a
and
good
bringing
time.
all of us weirdos
Yes.
together to play it.
Thank you.
And the
I appreciate that.
enthusiasm. I love it when you just like when you have to pause to laugh is the best. It really
Well,
is.
It
This
was
is,
amazing.
I love this world. I love this game. I love these people. So with that, I will accept your thanks with as much grace as I can muster because that's all I ever ask of anybody else. And we're not quite done because the people that watched on YouTube hit the buttons, do the thing. I don't need to tell you what to do the thing. Leave a message. I have to beep. Okay. One more thing.
Beep.
The important bit. You saw us do it tonight. You saw us share joy and have fun. And if you can do that with the people in your big world, in your big IRL world, please do. If you can make somebody laugh, please do. If you can make somebody's day, please do. And please, until next time, be nice to each other. Good night.
Good night, y'all.